Hey guys, Rick Shaw here. It's another beautiful sunshiny day. I just love this heat. If you get over in the shade though today, it's a little chilly for me, but I'm hearing the sun out of the wind and I feel pretty good. We uh we went to church today and afterwards we took the kids up to the park over here. And we've been taking them to different parks before, but now we can drive. So we went to the Berea Town Park, and man, that is really a fabulous park. There's a big zip line. They spent most of their time going back and forth on that zip line. That was pretty cool. It rides you out, and if the kid swings right, it rides you most of the way back. So they had a blast with that. Plus, there's all kinds of stuff to do over there. There's going to be the swimming pool will be opening up, and I told Faye that we should make that like a Sunday routine for the kids after church. On the nice warm days, and just head over that dang park. It's a real nice park, and they had a blast. Hey Moo, I see Moo out. We're outside. I got to get the bike cleaned up. It's kind of dusty. It was underneath the cover, and it's a little dusty. Got the car cleaned up today. I was using a car wash up the road here, and it was, I don't know. I just didn't think it did a real good job, and with the underwash and everything, it just wasn't doing a good job. And then they have this other one up here, not too far from the house. It's a newer one. It's let me see what the name of this is. See, that's the funny thing. They didn't really give you a name here. I got the paper. Smart Wash Unlimited. And it says it's in 6 states, and they got them all over around here. So, and it's pretty popular. So I went ahead and I got the full boat, with the wheel shine, and they did clean the wheels up real nice. The vacuum cleaners in there are way better than the other place. I mean, absolutely fantastic for sucking all the goo out of the car. It's just one swipe and you had all the dirt off. And so that was very nice. And in the underbody wash, the other one I had underbody wash, and it gave you a little spritz. You drove over like a nozzle. This thing, you could really tell. I just was hoping that it's not going to wash off anything too much, because it does. It gives you a real good spray underneath, and a lot of the goo comes out. So I was glad I got the salts cleaned out of it. I don't want this beautiful buggy to rust. We're really happy with the car. Kids like it. Oh, you bet. That's why I'm out here. Yep, that's our neighbor lady. Very nice lady. But we're just unbelievably ecstatic with this car. It's just a fantastic car. The roads around here, though, they're working on this. Well, they're not working on the road. They're working on must be the water lines or the sewer system or something. But about every 40 feet, they got big holes dug up in the road on our way to church. And if there's another way to go, even if it's a mile or two out of the way, I think I'm going to take it. My goodness, it hits this car real hard. And I don't know, we get on the road and people, like, I'm coming up to a red light the other day, and this is something I don't like about the driving around here. I'm coming up, and you could see, 1,000 feet in front of us, the lights just turned red, so I'm not hitting the gas. I'm not going to hit the gas all the way up to the light. I'm coasting, and this guy behind me, it pissed him off. He flashed his lights, beeping his horn, had to race around us, just to hit the brakes and stop at the light. So it's like, oh, I feel sorry. I actually feel sorry for people like that. I really do. That their life is so important that you're going to be in their way at a red light. I don't get it. But I got the air cleaned out. I did not notice a smell in that air, but then Faye said she did. So had that cleaned out. And it seems to be pretty good now. The air conditioner on this thing works real good. But I've been noticing, we got a few scratches and stuff. It is an older car, but it still is pretty nice looking. But I pulled it into the garage, and it gets dusty pretty quick. So it's real nice having the unlimited car wash, where I can take it up there any dang time I want and run through. We actually saw a lady in front of us. I was going, hey, look at her. Wonder why she's going through here. It's clean. Her car was clean already. Well, she ran through 3 times. She ran through, and then she went a second time, and then she went a third. I hope she doesn't wash her paint off. I thought that was kind of funny. But she was in a... I noticed these Mazdas. Mazda has a really pretty red color, and I was even started to call it Mazda red, because I don't like red cars, but that Mazda red is really, it's a pretty red. It looks good. Well, this Toyota had even a nicer looking red on it. It was a brand new car. She still had a taped license plate up in the window, so she just got it. And I'm looking at the red on that thing, and wow, that is really a good one. It was this little CR or something. It's like a little super tiny SUV, and it was a pretty nice looking little truck just because of the color. So that was pretty cool. I was talking to our buddy Paulie. Hey Paulie, hey buddy. He might be moving down. Was talking about he's going to be able to fish in the Gulf of America. And I was going, yeah, now at least the fish speak English. You'll be able to catch them easier. So hopefully he has a pretty good move, and his house sells quick, and he get down there. I wish I could go down there. The weather's starting to warm up now, and I'm starting to feel better, and I'm really enjoying this heat. I come out here and sit and just soak the sun up. I just love it. I love feeling the heat, and the idea of being stuck here another winter, I just don't dig that at all. And Faye, she's just totally adamant about not leaving this area now. Not even this area. Not even going to Pennsylvania or anything where it's still cold. I sure would love to head down south. I got some doctor's appointments coming up, and I'm gonna hold their feet to the fire and say, hey, come on. If they're just going to try to make money off me and keep me coming there, I just got to say, hey, what's the deal? And if they say, oh, you still got cancer, you need more chemo, I'm going to say no. I'm not taking any more. It didn't work. Three different kinds already. And now they want to do this test coming up here to see if I still have cancer. And then we're going to find out. They did the one test. He said, that's going to find out if you still got cancer. Well, they didn't find any cancer on that test because they didn't tell me anything. Now they want to do another test to see if there is any, it's like, oh, come on, guys. It seems like it's starting to seem like a money thing to me. So I'll do one more test, and then they're going to have to tell me, if I'm done. But if they tell me, oh, you still got it and you need more chemo, I'm going to refuse it, because they 3 different kinds, and it's like baseball, 3 strikes you're out. And I think the treatment will kill you. I think it's the treatment that kills you. I bet you there's nobody that really dies of cancer. I think it's the treatments. They blast you. We had a friend years and years ago that when they were doing cobalt, and they had cancer, but was getting around. You couldn't tell anything was wrong with her. She was getting around pretty good and everything, but they told her she had this tumor, and she didn't like the idea of them cutting it open. They said, well, we got to radiate it. And I remember going to see her. That cobalt killed her. It burnt her like the worst sunburn you ever seen all on her neck. So, and then I knew another guy that had a tumor, and he was doing pretty good. He said, "Yeah, this thing, it wasn't getting bigger or anything, but he knew he had a thing in his abdomen, and they poked a hole in it. And it was after they poked a hole and said, yep, it's cancer. It wasn't too long after that, his whole body was polluted and he died. And there was no saving him. They said, sorry, there's nothing we can do for you. But I think if they wouldn't have poked a hole in the damn thing, his own body would have took care of it. So you got to use your head. I was just talking to a fellow at church yesterday. We were at our little meeting, And he was going in for the test, and I was telling him about that one test they want to do, and they have a radioactive dye they put in you, and I asked for the spec sheet on it, and they have to, by law, they have to give it to you, at least down at the VA. So they gave me the spec sheet, and I was reading it, and I was telling him about what I read, and I said, ask him for it when you go in, because you can refuse the dye. I did. And the fellow that was doing the reading, I called him in, because I said, I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to take that radioactive dye, because it's hard on the kidneys. And the guy said, oh, I can still read it. You don't have to have that. He says, it's just, they can't read it. They have to come to me. And I was like, really? He goes, yeah, you don't have to take that. So, but on that piece of paper, on the last page, it didn't say that it could cause kidney damage. It said it will cause kidney damage. And I don't need that. I already got kidney problems. The kidney doctor was saying they're slowly coming back and getting better. It's kind of like they'll take a step up and then stop, and then take a step up and stop. And they're saying make sure you get plenty of good water, and watch what you eat. There's some things I got to stay away from. One of the funny things, I used to like to drink tonic water, and that's one of the things to stay away from when you got bad kidneys. So I didn't know that, but I'm learning a lot more. They gave me a paper on there of things to avoid, and there's so much stuff to avoid, and a lot of these wormers too. I was in the Philippines, and they have wormers. The kids in school get a wormer every year to clean them out. It's just part of the thing of being over there. And there's a lot of the wormers for your system, because everybody's got parasites. And I can't take them because the kidneys are so beat down. So, and it's hard on the kidneys, so I got to watch. But one thing I did on my own, and I think it made the difference, was, my red blood cells was down, and they didn't seem to be coming back, so I bought some iron. I was reading on one of these books that we got on the different vitamins. It's you name a vitamin or a mineral, and it tells you a little bit about it. And one of them was, if you want to increase your red blood cell counts, you can't be low on your iron. Well, I took those iron pills, and the last time I went in, my iron, it didn't drop again. So hopefully I'm going to go in. I go in tomorrow again, and we'll see what my numbers are. They may be going up, because I've been taking one of them iron pills a day. It says right on the bottle, take 2 a day, and I thought, well, that was women need more iron than men, so I took 1. I'm going to take 1 a day, and so far it seems like the last time I didn't drop down below 7 on the red blood cell count again. So, and I was up 8.7, I believe it was last time. And hopefully it's gone up from there. I think it has, because I have more energy now. When my red blood cell count gets down, I'm like the Energizer Buddy with no battery. I just have no power. I go to climb up I got 13 steps to get up into the apartment, and I'm just exhausted by the time I get up there. Now, I had to carry some water up, and I made a couple trips up and down the stairs. I didn't get tired at all. So I think my red blood cell count is coming back up. So that's a good thing. But there's so much stuff going on when you get this stem cell, and just a lot of headaches. The hair's coming back though. I think my beard is growing faster than my head bone though. I need some more hair seeds, but it's dark. I got white on the sides, but dark. But I don't know. But we'll have a race. I'm going to have a race and see what grows faster, my head hair or my beard. But I always like to wear a beard. So some people say, oh, that's got to be hot in summer. I actually, to be honest with you, I always thought having a beard in the summertime when I was in the Philippines, it was a lot cooler with the beard than without. Because, any slight breeze at all, you could feel it coming through there. So, and like little air conditioning, you can ask my buddy Gary, he's an HVAC guy. You got the sweat dripping down through the beard, so it's like a cooling coil. So, but I think it was cooler with the beard than without. but I'm gonna wear one again. I always liked a beard, and even though I look like old Grandpa Moses, too bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. I'm loving this, guys. I am absolutely 100% loving this weather, and I hope it stays this way. I looked on the weekly forecast, and we're going to have today. It was only calling for high in the low 60s. Well, the rest of the week it's calling for in the 70s. So I'll be out here catching some rays. So you all take care. Thanks for all the prayers and well wishes. And this is Rick Shaw out.